We got here eventually. What a day. Joanne mentioned like on one of the conversations on Facebook there that like the internet's acting weird today. Tell us about it. Tell me about it. The amount of time that it's cost me in the last sort of, I don't know, since last night really. And that's just a WhatsApp going down. Like, is anybody else's WhatsApp off? According to the internet, not so much. It's just mine. Don't know what's happened. Tried to delete the app, sort the things out, do the things, all the things. Actually, what I'll do is just bear with us. I'm going to send. Hold on. I'm going to send a message out on the Facebook. I see people are joining, but I'll put one out anyway. Actually, no, you're probably got a notification eventually. Let us know who you are in the comments, who are joining the stream now. That'll be absolutely mint. And we can sit and listen to me. When's your boot me challenging day? We plan to go on a bit earlier. I had important calls this morning at the normal time as well, try and sort some things out. Then I had to take another call, and I've just come off that. It was pretty heavy, to be honest. So, fortunately, we had all the prep done. So, here we are, getting it done. Comments are popping up. Who's a boot? Joanne, take my eyes off the screen for 1 minute. I'm sorry, you were sitting around waiting for this to start. Like, really sorry about that. I wish I could tell you about what's been going on, but like some of it's like personal stuff that I can't share online. So I mean, I'm all right. Like I've had a bit of a mixed bag of a day. Some good, some bit challenging and that, but like that's life, isn't it? But nice to see you. David Keith Allett in the house. Hey up, Dave from Sheffield here. Hello, brother. Lovely to see everybody pop up, but always nice to see a new person's name that hasn't been in the live stream. So nice to see you, pal. All the best to you. Zoe's in. OG, alright. How you doing, pal? And all that. Tech doesn't help, does it? You've done that on purpose, Joanne. You little prankster there. Right. So if you could do us a favor, because this isn't at the normal time, if you could share the stream just to let people know that we're live. I think it's probably worth us sticking something out like with just text on the Facebook page, because this is obviously quite often people will see the text, but they won't actually see the notification for the stream. So let's let people know we are live now on Cow Daily. Simple as that. There we go. Riveting, I'm sure. But it's been one of them days, so you know, better a show than no show, I would say. So anyway, do us a favor, let us know what you want to talk about. As ever, I've got plenty of stuff. So this maybe will be like a kind of an amalgam between Cow Daily and the Hangout, the Cow Out. I don't know. Because I do have some stuff, but I'm also conscious that we're also finding my feet with this new format. So I'm not expecting people to be hopping on the videos and video call and all that anytime soon, but please do, because it'd be nice to actually put names to faces and actually talk and stuff. Be cool. Who else is a boo? Shelly Kelly's popped up. Hey, tell you what it is. Cracking this one, isn't it? Because like you keep saying, I've missed it. And then like on a pop up at some rando time, here you are. What are the odds? David Teasdale back again. Alrito back again, pal. Nice to see you 2 days on the bounce. Always a belter. Never a chore. Did WhatsApp right? No, it's still done. Like I've realized how much for like other things that I do with some of the Milk Cow stuff as well that I rely on WhatsApp and like WhatsApp groups that we're in and things like that. Just in terms of getting stuff done. It's doing me nut, and it's why we're starting late. JC, no, not that one, is in afternoon. Shelley's saying my notifications seem to have fixed themselves with good thought. I'm buzzing about that actually, because it's always a mixed bag. People say they don't get them, they do get them. And what I'm doing at the minute is I'm in like sort of like the third or the fourth stage of like learning how to do these things. And it's very different from when the podcast was initially launched. Like I think it was 2014, maybe 15 we did the first one of them. And then you would just post things and it was a bit easier and you would find the others. Now you've got to learn all about SEO and that kind of thing, which I've learned and we're starting to do. So yeah, there you go. there's where we're at. I'll read pal Stephen Zane, Charlotte, like, how you doing? Are you still in the hospital? Like, how's the lungs, all of that? Well, I'm very keen to know. Also, have you been diagnosed with anything? Because obviously we can see if we can find any shamans to come round and like sprinkle crystals on you or something, you know. But no, in all seriousness, brother, get well soon. And if there's out we can do to ease your passage, let me know. Not to the afterlife, of course. Yeah, I've told you, like, there's no way we're going to let you go to the dark side on many reasons, and hell just isn't ready for you, Charla. So you know, keep it real, war kid. Stay alive. Right, in the time-honored tradition, if you want to support work, go to patreon.com/cowdaily. That's patreon.com/cowdaily. Also, link in the description for PayPal if you want to make one-off contribution to our walk. Right, got plenty for you today. Tell you what we'll do, right? I don't know, I'll just get rid of that comment off the screen. Sorted. Couple of things. Let's see what we've got. Oh yeah, we'll gamble this one first. Mint. Do you remember Britain First? Well, they're staging a comeback. Elon Musk not only has restored them to the platform, he's given them a gold tick. So what that means is, like, they're an organization, but they'll also get more reach and whatever because they've got a certain kind of tick. Mad world we're living in 2023. It's like fascism was never fought. But get this message to every left-wing bigot who hates England. Left-wing bigots. The neck of these people, and then they know what they're doing. I mean, look at the seethe on that egg-headed freak. Anyway, let's hear what I've not actually listened to this at all, so this will be interesting.
This is a quick message for everyone on Twitter. All the left-wing bigots that hate England, that hate this country and everything that it stands for and everything that it's achieved over the centuries. This is a message for you. If you don't like this country, all you have to do is DM me on Twitter and I will gladly pay for your plane fare out of this country. Because if you hate this country so much, what the hell are you doing here?
Well,
why have millions of third world immigrants come to this country if we are such a racist hellscape? Please explain that one to me, because I'm at a loss. I really am. England has...
Right, we're going to stop this there. I'm at a loss. I really am. Millions. Emily's saying in the comments, who's this bloke? This is Paul Golden, who's the leader of Britain First. JC, no, not that one. Paul Golding has a neck. Look at the seethe on his face, man. Seethe. Seethe it up, egghead. Fucking toolbox, man. Honestly, there's so many people who are just like, oh, that Paul Golding, he's all right. What a little fash prick he is. Anyway, carrying on.
A history that is second to none across this planet.
Shut the fuck up.
We were instrumental in creating the United States. We were instrumental in creating Canada, Australia, New Zealand.
Off the back of indigenous people.
Through the British Empire, we created roads, canals, factories, railways, bridges,
and you murdered
infrastructure, farms, agriculture, law and order, all across the third world. We lifted hundreds of millions of people out of poverty, all across the third world. England gave the world parliamentary democracy. We gave the world Magna Carta,
look at the plate
English common law. We gave the world literature. We gave the world Shakespeare and Chaucer and Marlowe. We gave the world so much.
And Muslims
so my
gave
message
maths.
is simple. If you hate this country, just simply send me a DM on Twitter and we will arrange to pay for your plane fare.
Right. Here's the thing. Right. If this... right. Shall we DM him? Shall we DM him now? And we'll tell him that we want to go to Australia and only first class will do. Let's do it. Let's do it right now. Hold on a minute. Let's find this too. It means I have to follow him to DM him, innit? Hold on a minute. Come here, Golden, you fucking tool bag. Let's see what these. See, the thing is with the fash, he's going to put on a list or something like that. Fuck you in advance, dickhead. And right, wait, I found him. They've given him, right? They've given him a blue tick as well. The reinstated, authentic, verified account of Britain First leader Paul Golding. Oh my God, these people. Anyway, the right, he's like, all you've got to do is DM me, right? All you've got to do. You can't even fucking DM him. I've just followed him there. Show me the message box. Where is it? What a lying bastard. Absolute lie bag. And even if he did get asked, it would be £52 upon the Ryanair, innit? I bet you wouldn't even add your bags for you either, the absolute shan bezzler. So I was more than prepared to DM this fuckwit, right? Show me how to do it. Just full of fucking utter bullshit. I promise you, I've not watched that. I've not checked that out. All of that. We'll do this live. What a fucking fash toolbox. I know what we'll do, guys. We'll make a video and we'll say loads of fucking shit and get the lefties to react to it. Well, you won. I don't know what you won. So anyway, David is saying, well, he's convinced me I'm off to dye my shirt brown in it. Brown shirt. Andy Marshall, nice to see you head in as well, pal. Nice to see you. What an appalling individual. Hopefully you mean Paul Golding rather than me good self, because I can assure you I'm a fine, upstanding member of the community. B62 Boom One, shout to the Wales crew. Weren't Britain First a terrorist organization? Did they get prescribed? Because like Musk has like specifically allowed them back on. So that will be interesting, because we know he's full of shit as well. But there you go. JC, no, not ever noticed they all look like spuds, patriots, innit? Proper. Mad, this, innit? Like, why on earth? Lynn Watson in the house, nice to see you, pal. Yes, right back at you. Shelley saying, what an absolute end of a belly he is. Totally. Nice to see you back in, James. Like after yesterday, hello, Maras. Got the Kraftwerk t-shirt on today. Very diverse. It was angelic upstarts yesterday. Charlotte, what a fucking turn-up. Are you still in the hospital doing this from your hospital bed? Seriously, I want to know. You all right? Do you need anything? Can we send anybody around with some Lucozade? These are the things we need to know. Blue tick wanker. El Boydo's in. Nice to see you back, pal. I think you purchased that blue tick. Seriously, we need to do some deep dive stuff into this. Just last one before we move on. Brains in any sense of the effects of our colonial past has quite obviously escaped his limited capacity to understand anything. A perfect sentence to wrap up this particular segment of the show. Spot on. And do call again, Andy. It'll be good to see you. So that was Paul Golding. Let us know what you think in the comments about Paul Golding and Britain First. And also let us know in the comments if you were going to take him up on the offer. I was prepared to. I want a flight off you, Paul. How about you DM me and we'll arrange it. Honestly, these people are such fucking bell pieces, man. Honestly, suck a bag of dicks, every single one of you that are connected to that absolute trash bag. Anyway, moving on to something which is a little bit of light relief, a little bit of stuff on long COVID. Something that I wanted to bring up because I've been promising me cousin Chris, who I will be clipping this for and ringing you. I promise, Chris. I promised I'd ring him before Easter just to chat with him about long COVID. And I've just not, like, the amount of stuff I've had to do. So apologies, Chris. Take this video as an apology. I'll be clipping it and sending it to you. Here's some information on long COVID, and I've got some more for you as well, War Kid. Sorry about the sorries and the sorries. So basically, I'll put this full screen because it's text-based, this one. And I will pull it up. So what it says here, breaking news, scientists say millions more will develop Parkinson's disease as a result of their COVID infection, with scientists finding that COVID has caused an astonishing rise in dream enactment sleep disorder, a precursor of Parkinson's disease. I'm just going to go through the thread. This is from salon.com, the article that at Nate Be Panic on Twitter has linked Nate Bear. Really great account and some good stuff on COVID, and one of the ones that I follow. Another one being TERN Turn, some stuff there as well. So from the article, Nate Bear has captured, over the whole of the population, we'd expect to see millions more develop Parkinson's disease than would have if not for their COVID infection, says Richard Samin, chair of the Department of Neuroscience at Thomas Jefferson Uni. There are now very real and scientifically founded fears that an epidemic of Parkinson's and other brain diseases will emerge in the coming years. This from The Guardian, dream enactment sleep disorder rose up to fourfold during the pandemic. When I looked into this, it was from about 10 months ago, this article. So Nate Bear said over 80% of patients with dream enactment sleep disorder go on to develop a Parkinson's-like disease. Cases of dream enactment sleep disorder have increased 200 to 400% since the beginning of the pandemic, which is obviously exponential growth. So Nate's saying, will the media report that mass COVID infection policies will condemn millions to brain disease? Will other media report that without safety measures beyond vaccines, which are losing their effectiveness, millions more people will get Parkinson's? What do you think of that? I mean, that's one of like sort of many bits and bobs that we have on long COVID. I mean, obviously people who tune in regularly will know that we did a show recently on COVID and the COVID situation. So I'll save some of the detail for that. If you want to see it, I'll link it in the cards that go up here. And also, Chris, I will send you that video too, but this one is for you and everybody else out there as well. And apologies again for not getting back to you since before Easter. Really sorry about that, cuz, but you know, I'm a busy lad, so we're good. So anyway, tell us in the comments what you think about the long COVID situation. At the last count, I believe 1.9 million people in the UK have it. And, you know, from a personal health perspective, like I've had a version of it and it's took a long time to clear. And I think what I'll do is I'll do a more focused video on the things that I did that helped us rather than do that today and release that as a separate thing, because I think it's going to be important to do that. And I'm going to try and get it into under a minute so we can do it as a short, because people don't seem to be able to focus on the amount of data that's there. So we'll try something else, try something new, do a long version, but also do a shorter version. What are people saying in the comments before we move on to the next thing? Lots of mornings and things like that. Charlotte is saying he's in the hospital for people who are just tuning in now. Yup, Long Island Ward, Kiwi Hospital. Let me know if you need anything, mate, when you get out, whatever, but also let me know how you're getting on. That's the one. So anyway, just on long COVID, have a look at that. Have a look what you think about that, and just be mindful and aware of it. Things that like I do is I'm still masking up. I'm wearing FFP2 mask. The Stanford study that came out recently, it's a preprint, but what it says is that repeat COVID infections have an impact on the immune system, which could be said to be akin to HIV. Obviously not great. So the best thing at the moment is what we can do today is take steps to not be infected. FFP2 masks are the boyos. There's other more expensive ones, but you can get 10 of them for about £6. So seriously, you didn't want to, you just don't want this. I mean, Charla, well, we're on, you're still listening. I mean, I noticed that obviously I saying you're in the hospital and that. Do you think it's got anything to do with COVID? Because I know you've had it in the past, and I know you're a care worker, and you obviously were working throughout the pandemic, lockdowns and things like that. Obviously, we need to be very careful about referring to the pandemic in the past tense, because that's actually not factually accurate, even though Boris Johnson said so. Honestly. So, as I say, please comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. And when this video goes up, check it out in the comments. That would be appreciated. We'd like to continue the conversation there. Moving on to some of the next bits, we'll go and have a look at what Andy's saying. Brains in any sense, the effects of our colonial past is quite obviously escaped. We've had that one, sorry. Emily is saying, unfair to turnips, useful vegetables. I assume we are talking about Monsieur Golding. There we go. B62 Boom On is saying, I've had COVID twice. I'm a shadow of the person I was. Do you, I mean, I can kind of relate to that. I think it went for me asymptomatic COVID, maybe once or twice. Then lowered immune system, then shingles, which lasted for about a year, which is, I just can't even believe that. Yeah, man. Jeez. And then post-viral fatigue and also nerve damage, which is a lot better now. Like, but it was like metallic spiders running over us. That was just awful, and it would wake you up in the night. You know, like if a mosquito's constantly landing on you. I'm even itching psychosomatically now on my head. Ah, that was horrible, man. Better than the pain from shingles, though. But yeah, dude. I mean, there's got to be a way that we can elevate our health and trust as I'm working on it. So one of the things I wanted to do with this, with the Hangout and that kind of thing, is just share things. And I think the best thing that I can do is get all of the things together in that 1-minute video and just get it about. I'll play it in this and then post it as a standalone. We'll just keep sharing it between each other. Charlotte is saying, live and direct from the QE lung ward. Not certain, but this ward is horrific. Don't know what it was like before COVID, but it's like some sort of dying room. Horrible. Yeah, I've heard that, man. And it's like kind of been, a lot of it's been normalized. And I'm telling you, you better come out of there. You better. Because we've got a world to win, mate. We need you. We need you. We need you to be well. But I'm really sorry to hear that this is happening to you, man. It's not good. John is saying long COVID still scares me witless. I don't want to be all like, it should, but it should. Not if... Here's the things that I think we should be doing personally, like wearing the masks. We can buy HEPA filters and they're really good and they're relatively cheap, but also campaigning to get these filtration systems, which are in the Houses of Parliament and the Ministry of Defence and in the World Economic Forum and every room in Davos recently. These people, the owner class, they know they have these things installed in their buildings. We should have that too, and we should accept nothing less than that. So that's pretty much all I've got to say about the COVID thing. But wait, B62 Boom On. I had full-blown COVID the first time. Can't remember the best part of a fortnight from then. The exhaustion and brain fog are brutal. Yeah, yeah, man. That was like, the exhaustion and brain fog was probably the year after I kind of recovered from the shingles and everything. So it's been a process, man. And it is a process. But, you know, one of the things that you're doing, which is be out in nature, and I know you speak of that a lot, is intensely healing. Also, I know that you like drop of the weed, THC, really good for like remapping and healing the brain, I've found. But just not overdoing it, particularly sativa. But that is not medical advice. That is just anecdotal for the purposes of guidelines, and that is something that was personal to me, and I can only speak anecdotally as what the outcome was, but it worked for me. Yeah, man, I'm gutted that good people like yourselves are being hit like this. But again, inbox always open. Get in touch if I can help. I'm more than happy to, because I'm not coming out the back end and getting healthy. And I still have me moments and days, but it's not constant. And I've learned to balance my effort rather than going full flog. Seriously, if there's one thing you can do with long COVID, learn to be balanced, learn to rest. I've always been terrible at resting, man. Like, just like, fucking go. But now I'm a different lad. Shelley is saying, the day ward I visited with pneumonia was stuff with people having respiratory illnesses. Young people like me wouldn't have been there if they'd never had COVID. And that's just it. Like, the science is demonstrating that it brings forward like end of life illness and things like that because of the impact. So what we're talking about is potentially, certainly I'm 46, certainly people of my generation like dying young. And some from the younger generation. I mean, the more infections, the more damage it does to the immune system, and also close to how the frequency of how close together too. And this is something that we all need to be waking up to pretty quickly. I'm trying so bloody hard, man. But like, as we mentioned on the previous show, we're part of this great forgetting moment, which happened after the Spanish flu in 1918 as well, where, you know, it led into the roaring 20s and people just going off on the lash and the dancing and the clappers and all that. Great. But the thing is now, COVID's a completely different beast, isn't it? And it's really savage that we're in a place that we are, that to even talk about it invites ridicule when all of the science supports what you're saying. Well, not all of it. There's always some crankery, but like, you know, as we've seen talking about like the grift this week with other individuals, the grift exists in the medical world as well. Jacqueline's saying, I haven't had COVID so far. The thing is, though, we don't know that. We could only know that for certain if we got an antibodies test done, because asymptomatic's a thing, and people can get asymptomatic COVID multiple times and still have the same outcomes, the lowered life expectancy and all that, and they maybe would never link it unless they got an antibodies test. The antibodies test can also tell you whether the antibodies are from the vaccine or whether they're naturally occurring. So yeah, I'm planning on doing that as soon as I can afford it, because I just want to know. I want to get like me ducks in a row, and I want to see if I can be part of the solution. Because as it stands, I'm really worried. And it's not just about like the body count and all of that, or the illnesses and the disabilities that we're looking at. It's what that'll do to society as well. Like, there's already an issue with the like lack of social care, and there's a social care crisis. What do you think is going to happen when all these other people need social care and there's not the workers there because they're underpaid? And also there's a lot of the workers were the ones to get hit. I mean, we're talking to Charlie here, he's in the ward there. He says he doesn't know for certain, but he thinks it could be COVID. And he's a care worker, and he's been working throughout the best people, the people who you know, everybody was like in support of and backing when we were like not going to work and we're in the house. Now is the time to just keep supporting people like Charlotte and keep being grateful for the sacrifices that they've made. And I'm certainly grateful, mate. Like, without people like you, society would have collapsed on day one. And I mean, I don't know, maybe society should collapse because it's shit. But what that actually means in practice is a lot of pain, trauma, death, you know. And we don't need a collapsed society with COVID running everybody ragged, like. But the problem, I think, another part of the thing I'm concerned about is it's like people are really prepared to just like let the establishment like just get away with this because they've been mind melded and like sort of backing them. All this anti-lockdown crack and all that. I mean, like, this is why politics should never be involved in public health and politicians. The worst possible people at the worst possible time. I bet you, like, there'd be a lot more people alive. But here's the thing: today's this day, and we are the people. Nobody's going to come and save where we've got to save ourselves. And listen, I'll speak the truth on this until my dying day. I'm just not trying to give up my wicket easy. Do you know what I'm saying? That's it. David is saying, I agree, Mother Nature and cannabinoids is the best medicine. It's what I've found. I mean, like, I was talking last week about spinal surgery with Trev on the 420 show. And after spinal surgery, I had opioids on the day. And then after that, it was paracetamol and cannabinoids. And that's all I used for anti-inflammatory. And that was after I'd had my back cut open, and, you know, like, it really helped us, man. Like, really helped us. And yeah, I'm just so upset, and I'm trying, like, I'll be honest with you, right? I have cried more than once out of frustration at the fact that people will not look after themselves and that they've been mind fucked by bastards who wanted to keep the world open so they could make money because they're landlords or the business owners or they're just the owner class. These people have the filter systems in their buildings. Westminster, Ministry of Defence, the World Economic Forum in Davos, and more all have filter systems which remove COVID from the air. It's an airborne disease. Right, I'm going to leave that there because I've had a really mad emotional roller coaster of a day. Now today we milk the cow, but I can feel myself getting agged. And it's that balance thing that we're talking about, with managing things in long COVID. Jacqueline's saying, Cow Dilly, right, I could have had COVID without realising it. I've got brain fog and exhaustion, but I don't know if that's linked other things connected with my age. That's the thing. I don't think any of us truly know until we get antibodies tests. Simple reason is, all of the trauma and mass stress that's been going on around it, whether we got it or not, it can manifest in brain fog and exhaustion because it can just blow. Look, nobody ever was given a roadmap for how to deal with what we've dealt with over the last few years, individually and collectively. Nobody. So it's okay to feel the way we're feeling. And it's also okay to speak about it because that seems to have been tabooed to bits. You might have saw I put a little bit of a veiled post out on Facebook the other day. There was something along the lines of it, is it right to forget and not talk about trauma and mass trauma? I was referring to this. I'm referring to this. You don't want to watch what will happen if we don't do something about this. And people can ridicule all they want, right? We're right and you're wrong. And I'll bet my life on it. Anyway, that's been the cow out. Bit of a half and half thing. Maybe that'll be the new format, a bit more informal. I don't know. But anyway, should have just left it there. That was a banger of an outro, wasn't it? Oh well, maybe I'll edit it later and make myself look good. Anyway, patreon.com/cowdaily. That's patreon.com/cowdaily. Also, link in the description for PayPal if you want to make a one-off contribution to our work. All love yous. Proper love yous and that. Love yous. Don't die. Particularly you, Charla. I want to know exactly when you get out and all that, pal. Aye, didn't like seeing you there. Didn't like it at all. You're one of life's good ones. So get yourself better and let one know and come on the show and we'll talk about it if you want. We'll have a victory lap of you getting better and all that cool shit. Anyway, off for a walk. I really need it today. See you later.